talked about financing. Certainly, the biggest challenge India faces today is the real estate industry is long-term capital, and I'm glad you mentioned about pension funds. That's a huge. There's huge amount of money. We always talk about FDI. No doubt, we need huge amount of FDI in real estate infrastructure, but there's a huge amount of money sitting within India, which is not doing anything. It's just waste of that money, which is earning very low interest rates. And like he mentioned, even a small percentage of that money goes into infrastructure, into real estate, will make a big difference. Not only pension funds, but also insurance. You know, if you look at LIC and other insurance companies, they're sitting on massive amount of money, the banks, the endowment funds. And if a small part of that money comes into real estate in particular, and especially in today's time, the biggest challenge, like I mentioned, there's a shortage of funding, both for developers and even for consumers. People who are taking housing land acquisition bill to draft guidelines for REIT. I think if the REIT, this is the first time I've seen that since last almost 5-7 years, REIT legislation has been talked about in India. This is the first time I've seen that it's very close. It seems like the way the momentum is, discussions are happening in the government, that is very close to happening. But it's because of all the political issues, it may take longer. This REIT legislation itself will make a big difference to the real estate industry, by getting liquidity into the system, but also providing exit to a lot of people who have invested in the real estate industry from outside who really don't have much of exit today. So exciting times ahead. I feel, although it doesn't seem like that now in current situation with what's happening in elections, which is what's happening in the economy, but I feel that we've got very exciting times ahead, and especially I'm very bullish on the southern part of India. There's a very strong foundation which has already been laid in most of the, especially I would say Chennai, Bangalore, and Hyderabad. And I would say that the biggest growth would happen in this area. There is some statistics here saying that Tamil Nadu, Karnataka expect to be the most urbanized states in India by 2030. Although all these stats, when they talk about 2030, 40, 50, I'm not sure most of us will be there by that time. But the fact is, they are indicative of where the growth is going to happen. And I totally agree. If you look from real estate point of view, it mentions that Hyderabad, Bangalore, and Chennai itself had 25 million square feet of office space in 2003, which has gone up to 185 million square feet today, which is massive. Yes, it's coming from a very small base, and this is only going to grow, and this is larger than Hong Kong, Beijing, Shanghai, and other Asian cities. So really, I feel that we are going ahead. We are. I'm quite hopeful that we will see good times, and of course, everybody is waiting for the elections. But in spite of the elections, I feel the southern states, the Indian economy is going to pick up, and we'll see better times. I also want to thank Mr. Yoganand, Mr. Chitti Babu, who are co-chairman of for this conference. It's not easy to organize conferences. I'd like to thank CBRE team and CII, who really worked hard to organize this conference. There are interesting topics later in the year, later in the day, from urbanization issues to emerging asset classes. Interestingly, just quickly, I wanted to mention 4-5 years back, we as a business did not have an industrial practice or warehousing practice, retail, and all this is coming up. For the first time since last 2 years or 3 years, we are seeing foreign manufacturers coming into India. In spite of what we talk about our infrastructure and other problems in India, actually there are international manufacturers who are setting up operations in India. A large number of them going to Tamil Nadu, especially Chennai, in Gujarat, and Pune in Maharashtra, but also spreading to other cities. So this has actually led to a segment in real estate where now people are looking at setting up factories of international standard. Similarly, retail, since FDI has opened up in retail, there's a lot of action happening that side, which is also pushing warehousing. Again, for the last 2-3 years, is the first time we've seen international players coming in, local players building better warehousing. We, for the first time, have international standard warehousing coming across India. So all these segments are going to expand the real estate market, be it senior housing, to hospitals, to hotels. So we are not dependent only on residential and office like we were before. So with those notes, thank you. I'll again thank all of you to attend and be patient, and hopefully we will start the conference soon so that you can really, learn and exchange ideas. Thank you.